Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Hello everyone, welcome to a special holiday edition of That Clip Show. Clip show. We're watching more clip shows. If you think it's weird that there are two this season, I agree with you. No, seriously, what is like? Yeah, like I can't tell if I love or hate this episode because it's a great arc conclusion, and rightfully so that we're finishing an arc right here because it is New Year. We're almost at the end of the year. But also, most of the episode is, in fact, a clip show. So, I don't know how I feel about that. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it middle? Like, let me know what you guys think. Like, what did you think of this episode? Be sure to comment in the comment section or chat box while we are live. And your comments will appear right here at the bottom of the screen because you guys are part of our Ranger community. Talk to us. Let us know what you guys think. And what is the subject matter of this community discussion? Well, we are finishing off 2023 in terms of Super Sentai with the 42nd episode of Ohsama Sentai KingOhger, The Secrets of King Racules. And what a doozy of an episode this is. So there's a lot of drama to unpack, and yet somehow it's still a clip show episode. And by the way, some stuff came in recently. I'm not gonna give away everything, but so you're gonna have to watch our podcast tomorrow and on Saturday to see all the details. But I'm just gonna drop a certain hint about that. Now, anyone wondering why we had to move Gotchard this week to Friday instead of keeping it on Wednesday? There was an emergency that occurred, and we're not able to actually do the podcast because we just not able to be physically present to do the podcast. But you know what? But we're still going to deliver on everything. We've been delivering on stuff. Like we've got Kamen Rider. Not just Kamen Rider. We covered all of Black Sun, all of Amazon's, the first third of Build. We finished Skits, and we kept it on time every week. And we're about to finish Gotchard. Again, been keeping up every week. Super Sentai, it was a challenge trying to catch up on Dawn Brothers. But we caught up on Dawn Brothers. And ever since, we've been keeping up with KingOhger on a weekly basis like we've always have. We started covering Ultraman. And we started 8 episodes late, but we're only 6 episodes late now, and we're going to catch up a lot more moving forward. And yes, we even finished Power Rangers. Not just the season, the entire series. So it's like, I just need a moment. I'm just teary-eyed, because we did so much content. 2022 was a tough year for us. Not because it was COVID or anything, because that's been a thing in 2020, and we made do with that. The issue was like there was a lot of burnout, a lot of shakeups in our roster, and there was a lot of catching up that needed to be done. And I cannot stress enough, like even when we did Zenkaiger, we had to do episodes 36 through 49. I think there's 49 episodes, maybe 50. I can't remember the exact number. But we had to do an entire trimester of Zenkaiger in one video. And then Dawn Brothers, we had to there was like so much burnout that Dawn Brothers, we had to cover that 5 episode increments all the way up to episode 45 before we could finally do them one episode at a time. And as a big surprise to you guys, we're re-uploading our old podcast, our old videos on Kamen Rider Dragonite back in 2020 when COVID hit and 01 was on a 6-week hiatus. We discussed Kamen Rider Dragonite for 3 of those weeks. It was a 3-part retrospective. Back then, it was Facebook only because StreamYard was barely a thing at the time. Man, it's crazy how StreamYard was relatively new when I first joined Morphin Network. And now it's been a staple part of our podcast since then for 3.5 years now. That's kind of crazy. And yeah, so we only did Dragonite on Facebook back in 2020. So any newcomers that haven't watched the show yet probably missed out on those Dragonite reviews unless you're planning on like scrolling all the way through to our older videos. But now you guys don't have to because we just re-uploaded parts 1 and 2 on YouTube. Part 1 came out on Tuesday. Part 2 was re-uploaded this morning. So if you haven't had a chance to watch our Dragonite reviews, not reviews, retrospectives, parts 1 and 2 are available on YouTube right now. And part 3 will be available this weekend. So yes, it's like a little Christmas, New Year's bonus. Okay, so like in Soviet culture, we don't celebrate Christmas the way the Western cultures celebrate Christmas. We basically celebrate New Year's the way most people celebrate Christmas. So New Year's Eve, you have a tree, you decorate, you have presents, and you open it, and you open the presents at midnight, and yes, Santa Claus will show up, and all that stuff. And as you ring in the new year, you open up the presents and whatnot. So it's like in my old culture, it's a little bit different from the way people do it in America, both in terms of both Christmas and New Year. But it is what it is. So as a New Year's present to you guys, we're bringing back Dragonite. We've brought back 2/3 of Dragonite, and we're gonna bring back the last part of Dragonite later this weekend. And yeah, we finished Power Rangers. We've started Ultraman. We're going to catch up on Ultraman over the next few weeks. Hopefully by the end of next week, the first week of January, we will be mostly caught up, if not completely caught up. Man, Blazar is almost at its end. So it's like, yeah, it's a good thing that we're caught up when we did, because it's like big finish moment. It's like doing Dawn Brothers all over again, except we're doing it in terms of quantity of streams as opposed to quantity of episodes per stream. So that's good at least. And yeah, when we finish Blazar, we're gonna go into Tiga, so don't worry about that. And after a 6-month burnout on Amazon's, we finished Amazon's, so that's good. And we started doing Build, and we got through the first 16 episodes of the first movie. And this weekend we're gonna do episodes 17 through 22. So yeah, in about 2 months we will be done with Kamen Rider Build as well. So we are pumping that content for you guys. So you guys always have things to watch. And yeah, we are even organizing things a little bit. So you might have noticed that all the Geats episodes, all the episodes of Geats that we covered, they're all in one playlist now. All the Gotchard episodes are in one playlist now. All the Dawn Brothers is all in one playlist now. We're going to keep doing that to all the shows that we already finished and shows that are currently ongoing, so that you guys could, binge listen to us rant about Tokusatsu on the regular. So, but let's talk about KingOhger, because that's what you guys really came here to watch. KingOhger episode 42. is yet another clip show episode. I'm surprised it's a clip show episode because Super Sentai does not typically do clip show episodes. Power Rangers has a nasty habit of doing it. And even if Sentai did an episode, it's usually just the one episode. But yeah, we have 2 clip show episodes. I haven't seen that since Ninja Turtles, but that show had 26 episodes, so that's 13 episodes per clip show. Kamen Rider Dragonite had 3 for 40, so it's a little bit wider, but still at around the same pace, 13.33 episodes as opposed to 13.0 episodes. So that's kind of a thing. Yeah, so, but, Dragonite was fun. Ninja Turtles Next Mutation. I really need to rewatch that show. I only remember a few episodes. It's very vague in my head. Will we cover it at some point? I doubt it, though technically we kind of should since it's canon to Power Rangers. Power Rangers typically only had 1 clip show episode per season, starting with Lost Galaxy. I don't remember Turbo or Zeo having a clip show episode. Yeah, Lost Galaxy had one. Lightspeed? Did Lightspeed have a clip show episode? I can't remember. Time Force definitely did. Did Ninja Storm have a clip show episode? I'm trying to remember. Did they have a clip show episode? I think it was around the time when what's his name, Hunter found that gem to save his parents. Let's see. Dino Thunder definitely had the clip show episode where they find out that Trent knew that Anton Mercer was Mesogog. SPD had the episode Insomnia. Mystic Force. I'm pretty sure Mystic Force had one too. I don't remember off the top of my head. Operation Overdrive absolutely had one because they needed to figure out where the 5th Jewel of Corona Aurora was, which was in Greece. Then what's it called? Then a Jungle Fury. Jungle Fury had a clip show episode called Don't Blow That Dough, where they're forced to be inside a game show. And then RPM had one where they had to watch this computer program to unlock the computer so that Ziggy and Dr. K could escape from that cave-in. Here's where it gets weird. In Power Rangers, they had 4 clip shows for every double season because for the entire Neo Saban era, you would have a Halloween clip show episode and a Christmas clip show episode every year. So that's 4 clip show episodes for every 44 episodes. And then they lowered it back down to only 2 clip show episodes. But they're still clip shows. I hate clip shows. They became more prevalent in Dawn Brothers, though. But at least with Dawn Brothers, it kind of makes sense. I'll say this, though. This clip show episode wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad because it's mainly Racules just internally narrating while he's fighting. Because we got this cool cliffhanger scene in the previous episode where Racules and Gira were dueling, and their duel ended in a draw. Well, it didn't end in a draw. It ended with Racules winning. So he gets the God Killer sword from Dagdead's powers because Gira is an immortal clone of him. But instead of using it on Gira, he uses it on the Space King. So now they're forming the ultimate duet to fight the evil tyrant. And as they're fighting, Racules gets flashbacks. Oh, when I was a kid, my parents were killed by... Oh my god! His parents were killed by Dagdead. That's actually something that's plot relevant. we're actually getting new information on top of the clip show, which is great. So now we know why Racules was a villain, because he was plotting revenge this whole time. He wanted to get on his good side so that he could eventually get close enough to kill him. And yes, Dagdad was responsible for God's wrath. So yeah, I mean, we kind of mentioned it in episode 27 because they kind of repeated the God's wrath. But here it's made very clear. The God's wrath incident that occurred 17 years ago was in fact the space bugs. And what's interesting is that this is the first time the Space King experiences physical damage, and it's thanks to the God Killer sword. But he's not going down without a fight. He's fighting back despite feeling excruciating pain. And this does make me wonder. Like, I'm surprised he's handling it this well, because I remember one of my favorite scenes from Hero Season 3 was the fact that because Claire Bennett from birth had regenerative abilities, her immune system never developed the ability to fight the most basic diseases because she never needed to. But now that she's lost her healing powers because of that second eclipse that made no sense whatsoever. Like, why is an eclipse causing them to lose their powers exactly? That doesn't make sense to me. That was never properly explained in the TV show, now that I think about it. But yeah, because she had no healing powers, she had succumbed to a gunshot wound, and like her immune system could not fight off the infection like a normal human can. Don't get me wrong, if you get shot, like it hurts, and you're not necessarily going to survive that. But the thing is, like, your immune system is at least trying to fight back against your injury. But Claire Bennett's body is not able to, because unlike the human body that normally develops its immune system over time, Claire's never has because of her superpower. But thankfully, the eclipse goes away quickly enough for her to be able to just pop the bullet out and regenerate. But still, like, what a close call that was. Nevertheless, this dude's handling it pretty well, but there is a silver lining. While Racules has the perfect sword, Gira is the ultimate shield. You heard me correctly. He doesn't have the ultimate shield. He is the ultimate shield, because no matter what Dagdad does, Gira will survive it. And so, yeah, it's revealed that, hey, you know what? Maybe we should work as a team. So we find out more stuff about Racules behind the scenes, namely that he did recruit Suzune and Kaguragi earlier on, so they've been in on it all along. It's like they knew all along that Racules was only pretending to be a villain, and they're all part of a plan. But he had to keep Racules a little bit more. Racules had to keep Kaguragi a little more in the dark compared to Suzune. But we do find it very interesting that Racules and Suzune actually did care for one another. I mean, obviously, Suzune didn't care for him at first, but when she found out more about what kind of person he was, like, she went full in supporting him. It's like, yeah, she did it for Tofu, but she also like agreed with Racules' plan because the greater good, the greater good, the greater good, the greater good. And yeah, even the wedding ring that Racules gave her had a secret message inside of it, kind of like Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, or the Sunbender episode from the Sun Warrior episodes from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So Kaguragi and Suzune were in on all along, and of course, Kaguragi is filling in some of the narration so that the other four kings could be caught up on what's going on. And it's actually kind of interesting because Racules was so many steps ahead. He even knew that there was a spy in his midst, and he wasn't even 100% sure who it was. And so he believed that if he challenged Gira to a duel, he'd be able to oust who the traitor was, and it worked. It was fake Cogsworth all along. So that, and it's like this. So it turns out that Racules at some point did not expect Gira to show up. Turns out Gira being missing was a legitimate accident. Okay. I was expecting some kind of conspiratorial thing, but turns out, yeah, no, like someone legit happened to have kidnapped Gira, and the royal family legit could not find him. And it wasn't until he showed up in the throne room in episode 1 that he realized, oh snap, that's Gira. I gotta play a ruse. Okay, what do I do? Okay, okay. I am the evil King Racules who fights for justice because I am the one person that matters. You are a knave. Wink. So basically, he's been faking his own downfall from Jump Street up to the point where he realizes, hey, you know what? Gira might be better at fulfilling my plan than I could, because he was even able to sway the hearts of Bugnarok. So I'm just gonna throw our second duel, so much so that they took the poison from the first duel. Like, he kept the poison from the first duel. And he was even able to analyze, hey, it's sleep potion. Turns out it was a sleep potion all along. I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew. And in a touching scene, like, he actually entrusted Suzune to help him with the next phase of his plan. It's like, at this point, he had to be all by himself. Like, he was a one-man show. But he was able, but because he relied on Suzune, that he was able to complete this next part where he fakes his own death for 2 years. So it's like, Racules really does have a heart, which is more than we could say for the bowler hat guy. I'm sorry. Like, he even like pretends like, I am the evil king. I'm the only person that matters. Wink. And of course, everyone's like, oh my god, he was the evil king all along. And Bowler Hat Guy like smashes that picket. Carefree Bowler Hat Guy, you've been the villain the whole time. You've been evil longer than Racules has. You haven't redeemed yourself even after Racules was ousted. You've been the villain from jump. I hate you, Bowler Hat Guy. I don't hate the actor playing Bowler Hat Guy. You're just playing your role. But I hate your character. Just like how Jackie Gleason is a nice person who plays one of the most hateable characters in literature. You, Sir Mr. Bowler Hat Guy, are the worst character in Sentai, though I have no issues with the actor playing it. So Racules comes back, does the shtick of like, and that leads us to where we are in the press. So the rest of the episode, the last 7 episodes of the episode, is just the rest of the fight scene. Goes as pretty well as it could, you know. The freaking Dogdead does the whole like boss fight thing. Like, he legit feels like something straight out of Mega Man ZX or ZX Admin, where like he has like giant hands for wings, and he has like all these swords spinning around that look like freaking paper airplanes. And honestly, yeah, that does kind of remind me of Albert from ZX Advent. Which reminds me, can we please finally get a 3rd installment for the ZX series? It's been a decade and a half since the game came out, since Advent came out. I need to know how that story ends. We know that in the post-credit scene of Hard Mode, Thomas turns out to be a villain. I need to know how freaking Vent, Ale, Ash, gray. I don't care which of those 4 characters it is. One of those 4 characters, or 2 new characters, because it's 2 new characters for every installment, need to figure out how to end that story. It's been bothering me for a decade and a half. Actually, I'm curious. When did ZX Advent come out? ZX Advent release date. 2007. So yeah, it's been more than 15 years since that game came out. Although it's been 15 years since it came out in North America. Wait, no. 16 since it came out in North America, but 15 since it came out in Europe and Oceania. So yeah, no. We need to know what happens at the end. But yeah, no. ZX Advent, Racules takes a hit right in the chest. You almost feel bad for the guy. If only you had a little bit more time to really empathize with him, because like at least with Guy Sword you can do that when Nada babyface turns, but we still haven't had time to process Racules revealing himself to be a good guy, at least for me. But we do get the a recreation of the Cell games where Vegeta attacks Cell from behind, while Gohan uses his final Kamehameha in order to defeat Cell. Will these 2 Saiyans be enough to destroy the ultimate life form? Find out today on KingOhger Z! Yeah, and yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of it. Unfortunately, Racules is severely injured, so the other KingOhgers arrive just in time to try to lick his wounds, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's where the episode ends with. And apparently next episode, which will be in 2024, in 2 weeks from now, they're going, Racules is going to stand trial and reveal more secrets about House Husky. Oh, and by the way, one thing we do, one amazing scene that we do get here is Gira finally says his name. My name is King Gira Husky, and I will save Shigodum. And that was just beautiful to me. That was just beautiful. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What? Let me know in the comments. Me personally, the one downside is that it is indeed a clip show episode. It's a clip show episode. What else can I say or do about it? But at least they didn't waste their time with the clip show aspect. We did get to see new scenes. We obtained new information. They didn't just regurgitate information that we already knew. They gave us new information, which is really important. Now, I will say this. The fight scene itself was fantastic. I'm not going to lie, though. I mean, it was kind of weird how it's like, if the god-killing sword is as god-killing as it's advertised, wouldn't it mean that you only need just one attack to defeat Dagdead? But I guess it wasn't. But it's nice to actually see the two brothers actually cooperate for once, because when Loki and Thor did that in the MCU, that was really cool to see. I do like the whole shield and sword aspect of it, where Racules had the sword and Gira was the shield, and then Racules realized it's up to Gira to to save everyone. So he throws the God Killer sword to Gira. So he is both the sword and the shield. And of course, just because like he's mortally wounded, it's not going to stop Racules from helping out to the bitter end. And that was fantastic. But with that in mind, if Dagdad is dead, like if he's perma-killed, what are we going to do for the remaining 7 to 8 episodes? Like there's 7 or 8 episodes left in the season. Like they have to do something to fill that time. Like, is it going to be revealed that Dagdad is not really dead? Like he's going to come back? Are his minions going to do something back? Because we haven't seen them get killed per se. Will Racules somehow become a villain? Will Bowler Hat Guy reveal himself to become the final villain? Are we going to see the KingOhgers come back? A lot of questions left unanswered, and hopefully we get more answers in the next episode and in the trailer for episode 44. So as far as this episode goes, despite being a clip show episode, I give it a 9.8 out of 10. It's almost a 10. But those 0.2 points, still a clip show. Still a clip show. Now, I'll say this. Since it's basically the end of the arc, since it is pretty much the end of the arc, I will say this. We do need to discuss the arc as a whole. It's been an interesting arc, to say the least. There's a lot of character beats taken from Gurren Lagann. Like, it's crazy how similar the series is to Gurren Lagann because they both start off with an underground main villain and then have a time skip and then deal with a space main villain who's exponentially more powerful. They have to team up with one of the main villains from the first half in order to fight the villain from the second half. And yes, there's even an alternate dimension component to it. And yes, the robots do get bigger over time. I am surprised, though, that once they revealed King Caucasus Castle, we didn't get any new Zords except for a remolding of Gabutira. I don't know if we can count that as like, the third trimester Zord, because there's always a third trimester Zord. But yeah, they pretty much, as far as the main team, as far as the main series goes, they finished their entire mecha roster like early on. I mean, beyond that, it's like, what else can you really do besides just send a repaint of KingOhger or a repaint of Spider Kumanos, which, by the way, is canon. I don't know what happened to Null Kumanos, because we did see in episode 26 and we never see it again. So, like, what happened to it even? The villains were definitely interesting. We do get more character development. I'm glad we find out more about our main characters, because up to that point, the only thing we really knew about them was the fact that Rita became a judge at a really young age, and Jimena lost her parents to the person that caused God's wrath. That's pretty much all we learned about any of the characters' backstories in the first half. Oh, and Jez being half Bugnarok, because he's a half Bugnarok. But here we find out some new things, like the people of Chikyu actually came from Earth, and the Bugnarok and humans were the same species effectively, but just evolved differently. Bowler Hat Guy, still a jerk. No surprise there. You'd think he'd turn around after 2 years, but nope. He's still a jerk. And somehow Racules has been made to be more redeemable than him. As an arc, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a pretty damn good arc. I mean, there's still a bit of roundabout involved, and I noticed there's a repeated pattern of constantly having to go through touring every kingdom over and over again. I mean, I suppose like there's only so much you could do when you have like 5 kings of 5 continents. You have to revisit those continents to make the use of that, and also like they can't just stay in one place all the time. This isn't the world government from One Piece. But it does make me wonder, like, now that like the main threat that's been pulling the string since episode 1 all the way through episode 42 is gone, what are we going to do to fill up the rest of the 8 episodes? Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, the arc, I give it a 10 out of 10. Only 8 episodes to go before we do Boom Boomger. So, okay. Comment time. Hasty Bros Assemble. Yeah. So Doug Dead killed their dad and tells him to become the D we know. Pretty much. It's kind of like being Lord Zed and Ollie. Yeah, Racules is basically Ollie from Cosmic Fury. Let's see. All's not according to plan now that Gara got the sword and awakened Kuwagatan. Yeah. Handwings, big attacks up. Oh, look who's decided to show up super late.
Yeah, long final stream of our year. God, I'm tired. I'm so tired.
I mean, you could have always taken a nap. At least I assume
we went 5 hours straight.
2,000
We was
years.
not stopping. We ain't stopping, boy. We doing this. We got KingOhger to talk about. Okay,
well, we're already at the comments section, so may as well quickly just give your score for the
10
episode.
Out of 10. That's easy. 10 out of 10. This is Don Brothers level of a clip show. That's all it is.
Good.
Don Brothers level of a clip show. Don Brothers gave us a clip show and it was hilarious. This was a clip show and it was epic.
All right. So what score would you give to the entire arc, episode 27 through 42?
10.
Okay.
10. Dude, KingOhger is this is 2023's best anime. I don't want to hear about JJK, Demon Slayer, One Piece. KingOhger beat out Gear 5 in the ratings. I don't want to hear nothing. This is anime of the year. Hands down.
Wunderbar. Okay.
Oh yeah, and Racules is actually I like Racules now.
Yeah. Unlike Bowler Hat Guy, who's still irredeemable.
Racules, like, this is honestly bigger swerve. Like, wrestling had some big swerves. Biggest swerve ever.
Yeah, I mean, we've been humoring the idea of Racules being a babyface from Jump, but like none of us wanted him to babyface because like we just needed an irredeemable villain. But we just didn't count on the irredeemable villain to be Bowler Hat Guy the whole time. It's like, you were expecting Racules to be the irredeemable villain, but it was actually Bowler Hat Guy.
Like, have Bowler Hat Guy just sit down with Dio, and that's it. Like, just go over there, sit in the corner with Dio.
Kono Boru Hato Gaita.
No, but I love this episode. This is Sentai is learning from their mistakes. It's like, yo, if we're gonna do a clip show, this is how we're gonna do it. Mm-hmm. Carry the story forward, not like just like, oh, remember this happened? Oh, this is how the story. No, don't do that.
Yeah, no. See, like I've made this comparison before, but I'll make it one more time. Mm-hmm. I like to compare watching Don Brothers and KingOhger back to back to watching Megan and There's Something Wrong with the Children back to back, because Megan basically says we don't have to stick to tradition to be successful in the genre. We can do something wildly different and it will still be great. Mm-hmm. Which is Megan for horror, Don Brothers for Super Sentai. But then you have There's Something Wrong with the Children and KingOhger saying no, we can go back to doing traditional of our genre, but we can do it in a way that keeps it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they were. They went back to tradition, but kept it fresh.
Exactly.
That's why if you want to watch 2 good horror movies back to back, like that are recent, Megan and There's Something Wrong with the Children. If you want to watch 2 Sentai series back to back with that same effect, Dawn Brothers and KingOhger. Now, will Boomger keep up the momentum?
Well,
I'm concerned.
I'm hopeful for it. Let me switch from K-pop to Toku now. Yeah, no, I'm hoping for Boomger. Like Godchard had big shoes to fill out at Geats, and look at where we are now. Boomger has not only Godchard only has to worry about Geats, which Geats is on a whole higher platform. Boomger is coming off of not just KingOhger, but Dawn Brothers. Like, you got shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'll say this. I typically am not a fan of vehicle-themed seasons, except for Bokinger.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually they are anywhere between mid to lackluster. Like Go Ranger was okay. Car Ranger was okay. Turbo Ranger was a little bit above okay. Kira Major, again, I'm only 10 episodes in. I'm struggling with that one. Boomger, I'm concerned it's going to be just another Kira Major.
Don't say that. I don't say that to me. Don't do that to me. I drank through Kira Major just to survive that season. Not because of the character Mabushina. It was Mabushina just ruined it for me.
Really? It wasn't Pineapple Apple Pen guy?
I love him. I was happy. He helped me get through this.
I'm surprised they actually got the dude to do it.
I'm not that surprised. Him doing it, and the fact that they had some sort of link to Geki Ranger because of Senna.
Honestly, that link to Geki Ranger is the only reason I want to finish it, or at least get through episode 27, because I know that Miki and Megumi actually do show up in episode 27, and I did review that episode with our homeboys, Kant and Clement, when they reviewed it, because I am the Geki Ranger expert of the squad. Because, I mean, heck, I even cosplayed as freaking Dominic at Power Morphicon 2018. And I did do both morphs. Tokusawase, Kimono Yaiba, Beast on, Tayobi Gaiten, Onori no Mirai o Kirihiraku, Amazing Ability, Geki Chopper. Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But I'm hopeful for Boomger. Slightly based off, I like the suits. I've seen the character description. I'm a little hesitant on red, and obviously blue is just going to be the typical blue archetype. Pink, I think she'll be more of not a Tokyo Go-Go, but more of like Ryuso Pink, where she'd be more tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say I don't have a problem with their suits. It's the helmets that's like kind of like putting me off a little bit, because it's literally just like the dimensions of the helmets, because like how thick the tires are. Like if they were a little bit flatter and just kind of like if it was more form fitting as opposed to like protruding so much, I'll probably have less of a problem, and I'd be like, hey, it's O Ranger 2.0.
Yeah,
with a little bit of yeah. I would have tolerated it. But the protrusion, though, like that's the part that like really throws me off. Now, the Red Ranger Zord, I kind of like, because it's a truck that becomes the main body of the Megazord. The other two Zords, not as big of a fan of, because it feels like it feels like Lupin Gatai / Pataron Gatai, but with less gimmicks.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Mhm.
So like, I'm concerned, but we'll see in March.
Fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers
crossed. Let's see. Yeah, Gira got his back. Yes, yeah, like he has insect wings because of his super KingOhger form.
So, oh my god, that scene.
Yeah. The dart finisher finally accepts his last name.
Oh my god, that hit me. I heard "Get a hostage." I'm like, oh, he did it.
He said the name. Play the game. What's the game? What's your name? I am Gira Husky.
That was actually good. That was actually really good.
Yeah. Jeremy did the Spider-Man web shooter.
Yo, I saw that.
I like that. I give this a 7.9 because it's just season 2 of the Secrets of Racules Special. Yeah, it kind of is. But there's also season 3 coming in January. Because like he still has to stand trial, so there's more flashbacks to look through. You know, it is.
Hey, look, we're getting them flashbacks. You feel like, what happened? How was Gira made? What happened to the king?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it. And Bowler Hat guy gets aged up.
Yeah, hopefully he will wise up.
Hopefully
but we know he won't. At least no one dies in Christmas. Yeah,
that's more of a Kamen Rider thing.
Yeah, but still, you know, when died this Christmas, I could also make a Doctor Who joke about this.
Hey, man. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that. Oh, Shuchi was Doctor. I love him.
Well, I was talking more about like Peter Capaldi because of that episode of World War One. But you're not wrong.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. Ah, he was such a cool Doctor.
Yeah, but like Shutigawa, like I can actually feel the chemistry between him and Gibson. So like, yeah. Looks like we'll have to wait till May to see how it goes further. But
and we're definitely gonna at least from the trailer. If y'all haven't seen it, spoilers. We get Rose, and I mean Donna's Rose.
All I will say though is, please no romance. I'm not a fan of the Doctor having romantic interest.
Yeah. I mean, River was there.
No. River was fine because you barely see her, but my bigger issue is like when the Doctor has a romance with the companions more than anything. Like Tennant had his thing with Rose.
Well, Tennant and Eccleston, sort of.
Yeah. But it was more Tennant than Eccleston because there was like mild interest. But then like Tennant's when like they really started to like set heaven on fire. If you're familiar with that Kiss reference. But then when you got Freema Agyeman, Martha Jones, I liked Martha Jones until I rewatched it. I was like, damn, she spends the entire season pining for the Doctor while he's still hung up on Rose.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like such a waste because I like Martha.
No, Martha's great. Martha is great. I just like the irony, like he's pining over Rose, but she gets with her ex.
Yeah. But then with Donna Noble, it's like they're finally just mates. They're just mates. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, when you got the 14th Doctor, it's like, are they really just mates?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but it, like, if I remember the scene correctly, that was just like a one-off mention of River. And I'm like, really? You spent like 1,000 years with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like that should really like stick with you for a bit.
But yeah, no, River and Missy were the best love interests. And I am sad that the one time we get River back with Capaldi, we don't get Missy.
That would have been a kooky, a little thing.
Like I would have loved to have like the Doctor and Missy be like on like being like in like a tight spot, and then they get bailed out by a River because River would be a badass like that. And then once they're all in the clear, it's like River asks Missy, "Who are you supposed to be?" And Missy would be like, "Well, I am the Doctor's girlfriend. Who are you supposed to be?" And River would say, "I'm his wife."
Bam.
Like that would be like such a perfect back and forth. I am surprised I was able to think of that. But you have these
Moffat didn't.
writers who have way more experience than I do, who are probably more creative than I am, and they didn't think of that.
That's actually genius. That would have been a hell of a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
But I think she was working. I think because at the time Missy was probably working on Sabrina
Or Gotham.
Yeah, one of the two,
Yeah.
or both.
Yeah, but I know like when, she did Flight Attendant way later. I liked her in Flight Attendant. Like I didn't see season 2, but as far as season 1 goes, like Michelle Gomez was what carried it for me.
She's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Next episode, we're gonna get their dad, but it's the same actor who plays the main bad guy from Adventure Heaven movie. Again, I haven't seen that movie. Don't spoiler. No.
Well, basically, any of the past king, queen, sovereigns that you saw in that movie are already in KingOhger. So yeah, that makes sense because like we saw the former Lord of Tofu in the movie and then also in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, another clip show episode. Surprised to see 2 of them in the same season. Yeah.
Damn. See, the fact that I didn't even notice that one of them was a clip show just shows how well it was done.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Been sub to you guys for a whole year as of yesterday. Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations and appreciate that.
Yeah. And Happy New Year, and keep up the amazing work.
Oh, it's gonna be a hell of a New Year, that's for sure.
Yeah. Triple XYZ replies to them saying, "Agreed, this was an amazing year."
Tokusatsu had a great year.
Yeah, we got 2 new shows on this channel and a lot more momentum this year compared to 2022. Amen to that. 2022 was a rough year for us because it's like there was so much burnout.
Oy.
There was so much burnout. Like remember, like we had to like work so hard to catch up on Revise, and then we had to catch up on Dom Brothers. Not gonna lie though, I was kind of rewatching those Dom Brothers episodes, and that was fun.
It was fun.
Like when we talked about episodes 36 through 40, that was hilarious.
Yep, thank God for Canada for me. Thank God for going to Canada at the right time to watch Dom Brothers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you even mentioned Canadian tea when describing episodes 44 through 46.
Hell yeah, because like me and my friend are really watching. We were watching these two go at it over this fake ass woman. I was like, "Yo, give it back my wife. She ain't your wife, boy."
I thought she was talking over a doll, dude.
Oh, so good. Good.
What's crazy is that like freaking Kijino still ends up with Miho at the end. Like that just did not like. I wish he'd be like, you know what? I need to become my own man. I'm gonna need to take a break from you. I don't care if you were Natsumi, Miho, or some third thing
Not
from another
Miho,
dimension.
I don't care. I ain't deal. But he down bad for her like that.
It's like, okay, I get it. There was that one episode with that guitarist dude who's like, we're like where Miho just like lays down the blanket and immediately like you like runs to her. It's like,
that is simp behavior. We do not condone that here ever. Simping ain't pimping, y'all. Remember that.
I like that one video clip on YouTube. Simping ain't pimping unless you're me, and you are definitely not me.
Hell of a year for Toku for all around. We had Geeks, Dawn Brothers, KingOhger. KingOhger's on Fortnite. I played the Nikasopa Castle. Oh yeah. God, that castle is hard to climb up.
Yeah. What else? But yeah, no. This year we did a lot of stuff. We finished Black Sun, Amazons. We finished Geats. As of tomorrow, we'll be caught up on Gotchard. We are re-uploading Dragon Knight from 2020. Let's ride.
Shout out Steven Lunsford.
Yeah. Let's see. And like for Sentai, we did Dawn Brothers. We are caught up on KingOhger. Ultraman, we started Ultraman Blazar. We are catching up on it. This week and next week, we are going to be aggressively catching up on it because thankfully there's no new episodes this week, and next week it's going to be a special.
Thank you, Japan, for giving us a break for once.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to use that break to catch up.
Well, see, I wish I could say the same for South Korea, but no, more K-pop coming out.
But I did realize just yesterday that I was like wondering, why does Gento from Blazar look familiar? And it occurred to me, it's the same dude who played Hart in Kamen Rider Drive.
Yo, I heard he was an Ultraman.
So now he just needs to be in Super Sentai, and he got his reward, and he got his award. Just like his English voice counterpart just needs to appear in Kamen Rider, and he'll be done. Part of me just wants to just like digitally insert Johnny Young Bosch into like the background of a scene of Dragon Knight. Just say, "Hey, look, see, he's there. There you go. You can give him
something. Give him something to do because like he already voiced over Kamen Rider Forze in the Bleach movie. That's just like.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. And again, he's voicing over Hart in Blazar.
It's just like, come on now, just let him be in the main Rider series. And it's like, what do you mean?
The thing is, but here's and he did the voice of Kurama in the live action Yu Yu Hakusho, who is played by Tokyo Ichigo.
Come on, we're right there.
So that's like one Sentai actor that he voiced over, and one Kamen Rider actor that he voiced over, and in one of those, he's in Ultraman. It's like okay, so Toei, you take American Power Rangers and you dub them into Japanese, so the Japanese audience can enjoy both Sentai and Power Rangers in the comfort of their native language.
Oh, they did.
Please do make a deal with Bang Zoom so that we could dub over Super Sentai or Kamen Rider, so that like Johnny could just like permutationally do the voice of an actual Kamen Rider,
right?
In Kamen Rider, and get his.
Like y'all had the gumption to bring Power Rangers to y'all to have it dubbed over in Japanese, which cool, groovy, fine. So Johnny Young Bosch technically was on TV in Japan. Why can't you do that for us? Bring it here. Come on, man.
Yeah, heck, even Kamen Rider Dragon Knight was dubbed into Japanese, where the character Len was dubbed by Ren Akiyama.
Y'all got the power.
It's like a sick what's it called? Ricky Gervais joke. It's like, oh no, they made a lot of creative liberties, like changing the character Tim into Jim. Very well done.
No, I don't know. They know we want these things. They know this. They see this, but
Dog Dad will be back. Maybe he'll go to Death and Rock's Grave.
Grave, I'm guessing.
Grave. I think he means grave, and create a new body for him to counter the Fangs of Defiance.
Well, that's a good way to get Jeremy more involved with that.
Yeah, because it's like Jeremy's story pretty much ended around episode 30.
Yeah, give Jeremy something to do to be like, oh, whoa, what the hell is this?
Yeah, see you guys on January 7th. Next episode, Kaguragi babysits the little royals except for Rita. Yeah. What even happens to Rita? Like, does she become young too, or does she see more?
Damn, this is such an anime. It's not even funny anymore.
Yeah. They announced the Memorial Edition Oja Caliber while Jeremy Racules. Oh, that's fun. Well, that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. This week, regular schedule, but with a few time changes to accommodate the fact that there was the emergency yesterday, and it's going to be New Year's. So Kamen Rider Build will air a little bit earlier, but still will be on Sunday. And Gotchard was on Wednesday, but moved to Friday this week. Same time, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Let's see. Yeah, Blazar. We did Blazar episode 17 on Tuesday. We're going to do episode 18 on Saturday. Next week. And also we are re-uploading Kamen Rider Dragon Eye. We already did the first two parts. Part 3 will be uploaded on Saturday. So ding the bell icon to know when to stay tuned if you want to watch it as it premieres. Now, as far as next week goes, thankfully, hiatus week. So we'll be doing 3 episodes of Blazar. Will we do a second episode of Build? I don't know. We'll talk to Steve and see how that goes. But yeah. No, we're going to focus on Build and Blazar for the entire week. So, and check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss movie reviews, video game news. We just did Doctor Who, the movie 50th anniversary and 60th anniversary. No, we did not do the Church on Ruby Road because we wanted to do it before Christmas, and technically it is the first episode of season 14. So, yeah.
That's going to wait till March next year?
Yeah. I mean, technically, the Christmas episode counts as the first episode of the season.
True.
It always has been. Freaking Voyage of the Damned. Voyage of the Damned was a season 4 episode. The what's it called?
Good.
What's it called? The specials were the specials. Season 5 did not have a Christmas episode. Season 6 had the Christmas Carol one with Christopher Plummer, or is it Michael Gambon? I can't remember.
Gambon.
Yeah, it was okay. So it was Dumbledore, not Dr. Parnassus. Got it. And then what's it called? The Doctor, the Witch in the Wardrobe was season 7, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, Christmas Carol was Michael Gambon.
Yeah. So every Christmas episode counts as the following seasons, unless there's a regeneration involved. In which case, it still counts as the previous season, but the Doctor's already regenerated prior to the Christmas episode, so Church on Ruby Road technically counts as season 14, not season 13. So,
Yeah, well, Disney Plus says it's a special, but that's Disney.
That's Disney Plus. I'm going off of the TARDISpedia, so yeah. January, we're doing Crow Month. We're gonna go through all 4 Crow movies. If you want to watch them along with us, all 4 movies are available for free on Pluto TV on demand with ads. But at least they're still free. So if you don't have the Pluto TV app, you can download it on your smart TV, your phone, tablet, computer. Exactly.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, Pluto TV. Right there. I got Pluto TV playing right now. They're showing Power Rangers.
Of course.
Yeah.
You might as well just make a Power Ranger channel and let the kids channel be the kids channel.
Yeah. It's like sometimes we don't want to watch Archie's Weird Mysteries or Tales from the Crypt or Inspector Gadget. Like we want to watch Power Rangers. I'm not saying they're bad shows. I'm just saying you might be in the mood to watch Power Rangers, but they're showing the other shows instead.
So let those shows. That's what I'm saying. Make Power Rangers its own channel.
So that those other shows. Heck, you even have a Transformers channel. And I love that Beast Wars finally got the credit it deserves by having its own little adverts on Pluto TV.
Beast Wars, goated series.
The one thing I can't stand is how you got those Baby Shark ads while I'm watching Power Rangers, because it's like, guys, it's very obvious that Ashley Tisdale's the bad guy in the movie. I don't even know anything about Baby Shark. I just know that she's the villain. If you have a musical movie with Ashley Tisdale, she's going to be the bad guy.
Yeah. It's a Korean thing. They have been hyping in it. Oh, they got in hyping in Baby Shark. Well, no, they did a whole song a few months ago for Baby Shark.
And I still don't get why this camp song that's like more than 30 years old. And I do mean more than 30 years old because I don't know how old that song was. All I know is that it existed when I was still a kid.
Mm.
But somehow, out of all the camp songs, this is the one that gets its own TV show. Not the Desperado, not Princess Pam, not Dr. Pepper, frickin' Baby Shark. But nothing's worse than Coco Melon. I'm just saying. Anywho, Crow Month. We're going to go through all 4 Crow movies. They're available on Pluto TV. You can watch it with us, and then we will discuss it on the Buttery Show. If you want to check out our personal content, you could find Jared on Henshin Gate.
We just there a minute ago. Did a K-pop stream. We're done. We ain't going nothing till next week. Take a break. We can take a break finally, but we're gonna be back with more content in the new year. Doing a lot more Toku, a lot more anime. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. We got some Canadian stuff coming in the pipeline as well. We're figuring that part out. But yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Don't get weird.
Yeah, and you could find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get my streaming gear set up so that we can do Mega Man Battle Network. And with all that said, guys, thank you guys so much one more time. If you're just here for the Super Sentai stuff, thank you for supporting us for the past year. We will see you guys next year. But if you're also going to watch our Kamen Rider and Ultraman content, we still have 3 more days left of content for you guys. So definitely stick around for that. And we hope to see you again. So whether this is the last time we see you this year or the 4th to the last time we see you this year, we want to thank you one more time.
Yeah.
Stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits. Please celebrate the end of the year responsibly so that we would have many more years of enjoyment on this channel.
Ooh,
and
no promises.
And Happy New Year. See you guys next time. Bye.